Hello everyone, Dr. Michael Lamas here for Teaching Subjects. So today we will discuss the singular, plural, and irregular nouns, which are a fundamental part of English grammar. This is going to kind of be a brief introduction, so if you have any questions or comments or any feedback, please feel free to leave them down on the comment below and I'll answer any questions or clarifications that you might need. So with that, let's get started. So just to kind of give a brief introduction on nouns. So nouns are words that name people, places, things, or ideas. They form the backbone of most sentences and are important for effective communication. In English, we can categorize nouns into four main types. So the first one, proper nouns. These are names to specific entities such as the city of London or the name Sarah. Then you have common nouns, which are general names like city or woman. You also have collective nouns, which refer to groups like team or family. And then finally, we have abstract nouns, which represent ideas or concepts like freedom or happiness. So for those taking the IELTS exam, understanding these types of nouns are beneficial, especially for in the writing, speaking, and listening section, where accurate noun usage can enhance clarity and coherence. Okay, so let's move on to singular and plural nouns. So singular nouns refer to one item, such as dog or book. Conversely, plural nouns indicate more than one, so like dogs or books. And the basic rule for forming plurals is adding the letter S to the singular form. However, if a noun ends in the letter S or two S's, the letter O, the letter X, the letter Z or Z, the letters CH or SH, we add the letters ES at the end. So for example, if we use the word box, since this ends in an X, we just add ES at the end. So box, B-O-X, becomes boxes, B-O-X-E-S. Okay, so now let's discuss irregular nouns. And these do not follow standard pluralization rules. These can be a bit tricky, so it's very important to try to memorize them. So just to kind of give like some brief examples, the word man will become men, child changes to children, and the word foot turns into feet. So understanding these irregular forms is very important, as they will frequently appear in the IELTS exam. And I put some words in this table, so if you want to pause this video currently right now, and then you can write these down, try to memorize them, put them into some cards. I think it would be really great for you guys to memorize this. Okay, so next let's discuss some exceptions and special cases. So for example, if the noun ends in the letter F or FE, you remove the letter and add VES. So for example, if the word leaf becomes leaves, we remove the F and we add VES. Another example is wolf. So we remove the F in wolf and add VES. So wolf becomes wolves. If it's a consonant with the letter Y, we remove the letter Y and we add IES. So for example, baby becomes babies, B-A-B-Y. We remove the Y and then we add IES. And then you also have the word city. We remove the letter Y and then we add IES. So city, C-I-T-Y, will become cities, C-I-T, remove the Y, add IES, cities. Now, if it's a vowel with a Y or an O, we add the letter S at the end. So for example, we have the word zoo. So zoo will become zoos. We just add the S on there. Or if you have the word boy, you just add the S there. Boy becomes boys. And additionally, there are some words that have no change. So for example, you have the word sheep, deer, those will remain the same. Also the word tuna, those remain the same. And then we also have nouns with Latin or Greek origins. So for instance, we have the word cactus. the singular cactus, the plural will become cacti, or you have the word phenomenon, which will become phenomena. Okay, so on this slide, we have practice exercises to solidify your understanding. So try, you can either pause this, try to filling in the blanks in the sentences with the correct noun forms. Next, you can rewrite the sentences by converting singular nouns into plurals and vice versa. And then finally, identify and correct mistakes in the pluralization in the given text. So you can either pause this, or if you want to follow along, you can follow along. So let's go one by one. So the first one in the fill in the blanks, we have child in parentheses, right? So the child are playing in the park. So here we're going to convert the word child into children. So children. So the children are playing in the park. Next we have she brought 3 boxes of chocolates. So in this one, box is the word that we're trying to convert. So remember, if it ends in an X, we add ES to it. So this one, she brought 3 boxes of chocolates, BOXES. And then the next one, there are many city in Europe. Again, if it for this one, if it ends in a Y, we take out the Y, remove the Y, add IES. So in this one, there are many cities in Europe, CITIES. And then the next one, the foot of the mountain are covered in snow. And this one we say the feet of the mountain are covered in snow. Okay, so now let's move on to sentence rewriting. For this one, we have 2 examples. The first sentence says, the man is reading a book. So here, if we want to convert the nouns, we have the word man, which is a noun, and the word book, which is a noun. So if we want to rewrite these into their plural forms, we would say the man, we would say the men, right? Man converts into men and are reading books. Remember, the most common thing is just to add the S here, as long as there's no exception. So the sentence would say, the men are reading books. Okay, so now the second sentence. The leaves are falling from the trees. So here we have we're trying to convert leaves into its singular form. So since we have leaves, which ends in VES, to convert it, we add the F or the FE, but in this case, it's leaf, LEAF. The leaf is falling from the tree. Good. Okay. Now let's go into the error correction. For the first sentence, the sentence says, I have 2 childs and 3 dogs. But we could see here that childs is an irregular noun, so we would convert childs into children, right? And then we have 3 dogs. So the spelling here is DOGES. But we know here that the correct spelling would be DOGS. So the sentence should read, I have 2 children and 3 dogs. Dogs spelled DOGS. Good. Next we have, the sheeps are grazing in the field. Remember, these are one of those irregular verbs that do not change. So instead of sheeps with an S, we would just say sheep. The sheep are grazing in the field. Good. And now for the last one, there are many box on the shelves. Box with an S. Remember, if it ends in an X, we add ES. So the correct spelling here would say, there are many boxes spelled BOXES, on the shelf. There are many boxes on the shelf. Good. Perfect. Okay, so just some tips for those preparing for the IELTS exam. Mastering the noun forms is important, especially, as I said before, listening, the reading, and the speaking sections, where correct noun usage can significantly impact your score. Now, one effective strategy is to practice with past IELTS papers, as this will familiarize you with the exam format and the types of questions that you may encounter. And additionally, try to take advantage of online resources and apps that offer targeted exercises on noun usage. These tools can help you reinforce your understanding and provide instant feedback. I personally recommend any type of video on YouTube. Those are great resources as they provide lots of examples. And lastly, try to make it a habit to regularly review lists of irregular nouns. as these often appear in the test and can boost your confidence and accuracy during the exam. As I mentioned, or as we provided earlier in that one slide, there was a table of those verbs. Try to see if you can memorize it or practice it. Okay, so just as a quick recap of the key points that we covered. So we explored the different types of nouns rules for singular and plural forms, common irregular nouns, and special exceptions. So if you have any questions, comments, feedbacks, or just need any kind of clarification, please feel free to comment down below on this video. I answer all the questions. And if you found this video to be helpful, make sure to give it a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.